Okay, hello David. I promised to get you this video, and I hope it makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to share with you a little about the philosophy behind the Ireview system or the Google review system, and then also take you through the little instructions on how to get to things. But I'm going to go over here real quick just to a browser, and under this browser I've already typed in the search term Brookings fishing charters. Now when you do that, and your results are going to end up looking different than mine when we do this, because Google presents things in different way to different people in different parts of the world. But the first thing that comes up is this map, and this map is all driven by Google Business, which Google Reviews are a part of. And as you can see, there are three businesses below the map. There's Andy, and then yourself, and then Angler's Choice. But if I can go ahead and hit on more places, you'll see that even more charters come up. And so the thing that we want to focus on is keeping you in this top three positions. Now if I go ahead and I click on Brookings Ocean Fishing, it brings up a picture of a lingcod, and then it shows that you have results of 4.9 out of 11 different reviews. You can see that right there in that blue heading there. And those reviews then are an accumulation of all the different reviews that you've had. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the review section of this. Here we go. And I'm going to look at all the reviews. Or more Google reviews. There we go. And so this shows then how you get an accumulation of 4.9. Now, the first review is my review. I added one in just about 3 weeks ago when we started all this, and I gave you a 5-star review, and it shows that it's 3 weeks, and somebody actually looked at the review and gave me a thumbs up. That could have been you, somebody else. But then there was Fred, who submitted a review about 3 months ago. And then we come down here to Angela about 3 weeks ago, 9 months ago for Marilyn, and then they tend to get older after that. Google weighs not only the review itself, but it weighs the frequency that you're getting reviews and how timely they are. So anything after about 3 or 4 months doesn't have as much weight as reviews that have happened in the last 3 months. But I want to show you something. You've gotten 5 stars all the way down, except for this David Sullivan guy. Now this happens every once in a while. David Sullivan gave you 4 stars and said you have good Mexican food. The guy screwed up. He put his review on your account, and it stuck. And then there's 2 that you've done that you really don't want to make any more reviews yourself, because you're the owner of the business. They'll catch that, and then they'll also degrade you for that. But for whatever reason, David's review for a Mexican restaurant got caught on your Google reviews. And you know, there's really no good way to remove this. We can contact David and we can say, hey David, man, you placed the review on the wrong place, and if he removed that, then you'd actually have 5 stars for all the reviews that you have. But every once in a while somebody's going to give you a bad review. It may be erroneous. There's ways to go to Google and ask for them to take it off, but it's been my experience that it takes an act of Congress to get this stuff off. And so we just want to keep putting in good reviews into the system and requesting people that do that. The higher up you climb in the rankings on the maps, the higher up your website is going to be also in the organics and that sort of thing, which are, I think, on the 2nd or 3rd page now. And so the focus of getting more reviews will be to get past Andy. Andy has 14 reviews, you have 11. Wouldn't take a whole lot to kind of unseat him there and challenge him basically for that first spot. So now I'm going to go back into kind of the technicalities of things. The first thing I want to show you here is that this is the email that I sent to you a few weeks back, and it has those 2 links. The first link is the request for reviews, and this is the one that we want you to be able to get at, so you can request reviews from the people that have fished with you. That second link down there is the link that the people will be sent so that they can give you a review. So when you go to one of those links on your particular phone, if you've got a iPhone, it may ask you if you want to open it in Safari or you want to open it in Chrome. Both of them will work just fine. I work a lot in Chrome just because it seems to be easier for me. So if you click that, you may get this screen that shows up. And then once you select that browser, then this is the form that you want to have access to on your phone, so you can put in people's names, email addresses, and mobile phones, so the system then can send them an email and send them a text message with that other link so that they'll give you a Google review. Now, instead of always having to go back to this email or remember that URL, when you bring a URL up on an iPhone, and I believe that's what you have, at the bottom of that, you'll see kind of in green on mine, in the middle, there's that rectangle with the arrow up. Well, that is a way to get your phone to remember this link, and you can actually put it into bookmarks. And so if you were to hit that arrow up, and it would give you a bookmark option, and so the next time that you brought up a browser, right, by just sitting on Chrome or Safari, you would get your bookmarks. And that top one with the thumbs up is a request for feedback. And so that'll be there forever. So it's a whole lot easier just to simply hit the Chrome browser or hit the Safari browser on your phone. It'll bring up the bookmarks. You may have to ask for the bookmarks. There's a little menu for that also. This pops up and you go, oh, there it is. It's the thumbs up. That's what I want to do. And so when you do that and you put in somebody's email address and their telephone number, then they're sent this form, which is the review form, to type out. Now this form is sent to them by text message. If you put in their phone number in that first form, it can also be sent by email and in conjunction with each other. So all they do is then they go through and they fill out this information and they click the number of stars that they want to give you. Now if they give you less than 4 stars, then the system doesn't take them to the Google review system where this would then be posted over there. If they give you above 4 stars, which is considered by Google good reviews, then that would automatically be taken, then they would be taken then to Google to post that review over there. So it's sort of this filtering process. You know, you get the guy that, had terrible Mexican food. How in the world that ever got on yours, I don't know, right? But that review wouldn't show up if you were requesting it this way. Or if the guy, got seasick on the boat and was chumming the whole time, he's not happy, so he's not going to give anybody a good review. Well, that's not your fault. So you can put in like 2, and you'll get an actual email saying, hey, you got a questionable review, but it doesn't automatically go over to Google. So then, if somebody gives you a 4 or 5 stars, and here's a caveat, and they have a Gmail account, which most people do, then they'll be sent to the Gmail system where they can then type in the number of stars. They just hit it, they put in a little longer review and hit post, and then that shows up on that first screen, or the first set of screens that we were talking about, showing you the reviews, and then you'll get another review there. You go up to 12 and hopefully 13, and a good number to reach on this over a couple months is 25. Now I'll tell you that many people don't ever fill out the review. The more you can, the more you remind them, the more you send them an email or text message, they just don't do it. And so, can you expect 100% reviews? Nope. Can you expect 60% reviews? Maybe, but probably not. Most of my clients, they're getting anywhere from 40 to 50% of people that will fill out this review system and it will show up. That's a good number. The closer that you make it to the date of the trip, even if you can do it while they're still in the boat and request this from them, the higher the percentage that people are going to review you also. So anyway, that's where they go there. and I went back then to the email. This is the original email that I sent to you back on May 21st that has those links, and you're wanting to deal with the top link to do this. So anyway, I sure hope this helps, and looking forward to helping with you further with this as the days and months come along. Thanks again.